Hello?
Is anybody there?
We sure hope so. Because we're back, baby!
Woohoo! Wow, there's no voice there because I have laryngitis, but we're still back. Hello, listeners.
We missed you so much.
But, life did its thing.
And the terrors persisted, including laryngitis.
But we persist as well.
Whew.
Truthfully, Yinny and I needed a much-needed break from our weekly posting to really work on ourselves, our brand, and most importantly, to ensure we give you our 110%. So thank you for this break.
Yeah, you're kinda a big deal to us, guys.
Yeah, just, not to make too big of a deal of it, but you are kind of a big deal to us. And we want to make sure that we are giving you a good product since you are here. Mm-hmm. But let's not get too sappy because I just put on this mascara 10 minutes ago.
Yes, true.
And I am not about to mess it up.
No, don't do that. I refuse to wear mascara, but I did get new glasses.
Your glasses are so cute. I love them.
Thank you. So before we begin, we've got a question to ask you. Have you ever encountered one of the mythical creatures we've spoken about on our podcast?
Have you had a paranormal encounter you'd like to share with the podcast?
We'd love to hear your story and have you share it with the rest of our listeners.
Email us about your encounter at storysirens@gmail.com and be one of the first in our new series, Siren Encounters.
P.S. You can choose to stay anonymous if you'd like or write in your name and we'll go ahead and read it out.
We look forward to hearing your submissions. And another side note, prior to beginning this episode, is that Story Sirens will be a bi-weekly show with episodes premiering on Tuesdays from this point on. This might be for a season or this might be forever. Who knows? We're kind of working on a lot of things right now, and we like to keep you on your toes. We like to keep ourselves on our toes, too.
Plus, don't you remember the song? We go up on Tuesdays now. What's up?
Ooh, good point.
On a Tuesday. Okay, anyway. Well, Sarah, shall you do the thing?
I mean, I'm a little rusty, and I sound a little rusty, but here we go. Welcome to Story Sirens. Oh, that feels good to say again. Doesn't sound great? Give me a moment. But the podcast where we discuss myths and legends from around the world. My name's Sarah.
And I'm Yenny.
And our hiatus is officially over.
If you're new here, welcome. You missed absolutely nothing. Because there is no more embossing say.
And there is no hiatus in Story Sirens.
There you go. Okay.
We're just in time to celebrate our 75th episode, which is absolutely bonkers to me.
Yeah, at least now we've got our senior citizens discount.
I don't think it works that way.
You're probably right.
But I could be wrong.
You're probably right. What would be a good number of episodes to be seen as senior podcasters? Would it be 100, 150, 200, 275, 300?
I mean, I'm not quite sure. I'm going to stop you before you hurt yourself. But what is with all the numbers, though?
Well, I was thinking about the symbolism of numbers recently and thought what an absolutely cool thing it would be to discuss for our 75th episode, or shall I say, a Diamond Jubilee.
I see what you're doing here, Yenny. Not only is 75 an age for most mandatory retirements, but the 75th year of a company, or heck, even a birthday, is called a Diamond Jubilee.
Our podcast might be a little rusty right now, but the research is researching. So then,
we're here to bring you a good time.
Hell yeah, because it's Tuesday morning. You're currently driving. There's a lot of traffic. You missed us. So let's get started, shall we?
Let's definitely get started.
Yeah, today we will be discussing the meaning of the numbers 1 through 9.
For those of you who may be asking, what about 0? Well, that number is being discussed in our bonus content episode, which is available to those who subscribe via Apple Podcast or our coffee page, ko-fi.com/storysirens, where you can become a siren seeker. If you're using Apple Podcast and subscribe to us, make sure to email us at storysirens@gmail.com to receive additional perks. Now, back to the episode.
Before diving into our numbers, I'd like to explain two ideals that are both completely different but deeply connected. And that is
What?
Numerology and Pythagoreanism.
Oh?
Numerology is an ancient practice and belief system which studies the mystical or even divine meaning of numbers. From pivotal or catastrophic moments in time to someone's personal life events and behavior, there is a reason for all of it. And many believe that has to do with numbers surrounding us. Be it your birthday,
Okay, cool.
the day of the week, month, or year, the time, even the amount of repetition for which something is occurring. It all has meaning in numerology. And numerology seems to be the key to finding out the what and why.
Tell me more.
For example, do you know your birthday can potentially reveal your life's purpose? It's called the life path number. Add up all the digits of your birth date, and you will learn a thing or two about what's currently happening and where you might be going. We'll save some more cool birthday myths and legends in a later episode because let me tell you, Sarah, there is a whole lot of cool history on that.
I think our next birthday episode would be great for that.
Ooh, which is in August. Hello.
It's in August.
Now, let's talk about Pythagoreanism, because this is also a belief system that studies the meaning of numbers, but through philosophical and mathematical explanations.
Okay, I'm excited to hear this because all I have in my head right now is the Pythagorean theorem, which my teachers were very much like, you're going to be using this all the time. And I'm sitting here going, this is the first time I've brought it up since college.
But you know what? Maybe our math teacher was right. We would use it when we created a podcast in our 30s and came back from a hiatus. There you go. That's exactly
There we go. Thank you, Mr. Russell.
Yes, yes. Now, in Pythagoreanism, they believe in both masculine and feminine numbers, primarily explaining all even numbers were female and odd numbers were male. And I also think the males are odd. So for me, it works out perfectly. I think I am a Pythagoreanist.
I also love the fact that they are applying the binary of male and female to all numbers and not just like binary code. That's kind of hilarious.
Additionally, the believers were fascinated with the presence of numbers in the world.
They were the ones who discovered the relation between whole number ratios and musical harmony.
Teach us, maestro. Teach us what this means.
My pleasure. They discovered that a string can produce a musical note with particular pitches. A string 1/2 as long produces a different note than the first, which is an octave. If the string is 2/3 as long, it's a fifth. 1 3/5 as long, a fourth.
Fascinating. Don't understand anything about it.
Well, and I will also say in music theory, or at least in Western music theory, octaves, fourths, fifths, those are called perfect intervals. Ooh. And then you get to imperfect, and it's really weird, really interesting. It's very mathematical, which some musicians really love, and others were hanging on by our fingernails going, yes. Hanging on by a string. Perfect.
Now,
perfect.
With the help of numerology and Pythagoreanism, plus some cultural and religious significance, let's deep dive into each number. Starting with
1. New beginnings, independence, and the ability to take action.
Being number 1 is important to a lot of people. In fact, it's what many strive for in a group setting. The leader of the group, the top of the class, even the 1%. It is the start and somehow also where a person may want to finish as. In Pythagoreanism, 1 was a singular number with no pair. But add many ones together, and suddenly you have every other number.
Now, remember when Yinny stated that this belief system stated that numbers were either masculine or feminine? Well,
not 1. It was neither. It instead was used to change numbers, odds to evens, evens to odds.
It exists outside of the belief.
Yes, there you go.
All right, cool.
And our next number?
2, balance and partnerships.
We've all heard of it. First is the worst. Second is the best. Just like me, the second sibling. And perhaps it's true. Or perhaps it's not. The number 2 is all about balance. Think yin and yang. While Pythagoreanism would say this is a female number and numerology considers it harmonious, it's interesting to note that others deem it male and evil. An interesting reason for this is because in the Bible's book of Genesis, beginning on day 3, all the way to 5 of the creation of the world, the verses state, "And God saw that it was good." On day 6, the verse changes a bit and says, "It was very good." But what happened to day 2? God made the sky by separating the waters, but Scripture does not use the good formula. And I checked this, it's so true. And so many believe that 2 is, well, no bueno. No bueno. In fact, Renaissance scholar Agrippa von Nettesheim's De Occulta Philosophia writes the number 2 as the symbol for man, sex, and evil. Craziness.
Okay, all right.
But let's step away from the negatives. The indigenous peoples of the Pacific Northwest coast view twins as spiritually powerful, possessing the ability to not only connect with nature, but bring luck and wealth. And of course, we know twins is 2, okay? Just in case. Just in case. Let me just put that out there. Twins is 2, okay?
I'm going to let you put that out there.
Twins are highly respected by these peoples. And for the people feared that angering them would anger the animal or weather spirits and bring bad luck to the tribe. So,
be good to the twins.
Be good to
Got
the
it.
twins, meaning
All right. Let's move on to our next number, 3.
Yes.
Or 3, however you do it, which is creativity, self-expression, and spirituality.
Now, while 2 is female, 3 is considered to be male in Pythagoreanism. Remember, odds and evens, right? The number 3 is also seen as a very mystical number, used quite often in folk and fairy tales. 3 wishes, anyone?
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Perhaps this is due to 3 being a shape, and if you put the 3 dots, it's a triangle, right? What Plato viewed as the simplest spatial shape. Triangles, or shapes really, make quite a mark in our historic and philosophical views as humans.
We're definitely making a shapes episode for On Down the
sure.
Road, which, Yenny, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to read Flatland when we do that episode.
Okay.
It's all about shapes, it's all about math, and it is all about prejudice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right?
That's a lot of stuff in one book.
And I read it when I was 17 because it was required reading.
Wow. I'm actually rereading Dan Brown, Robert Langdon series, and reminding myself that none of this is true, but damn, does he write it really well.
He writes a very compelling story. He's a good writer. It's not accurate.
Not
but
accurate at all.
It's a good story.
Yeah. Crazy. Anywho.
But anyway, back to triangles.
Triangular amulets were used to ward off evil, and triangular sketches with black animals on each point were used to conjure demons. So,
it's a very busy number.
very busy. 3 is busy. Now, in religion, 3 is a big number because in Christianity, 3 signifies the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And in ancient Babylon, there were 3 primary gods, Anu, Baal, and Ea. So
there we go. And within the realm of Christianity, 3 is often seen as a number of completion.
There we go.
We've got it coming from all sides, folks.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
4 is elemental, grounded, and deadly. Yenny, tell us more.
Mm-hmm. A stable and grounded number is the number 4. In Pythagoreanism, it represents justice. The number also represents the universe and its 4 elements: water, fire, earth, and air. If you think about it, we also have 4 seasons, 4 phases of the moon, 4 directions, 4 brain cells.
That's just us, Yenny.
Very
That's just
true.
us.
And man, are they working overtime.
I mean, I think I can tell there's smoke like pouring out of a couple of those brain cells, but they're trying. They're limping along. But you know, I have this feeling that 4 is still a little scary.
Oh yeah, it's coming. Okay. Because there is some superstition with this number, especially in my family, right? In China, the number 4 is actually seen as very unlucky. Now, pardon me for my terrible Cantonese and Mandarin. I'm trying my best, okay?
You are.
Now,
you are.
in Cantonese, the number 4 is sei, which also sounds like sei, which means death. Similarly, in Mandarin, 4 is xie, but it also sounds like xie, which is death. Now remember that these two are tonal languages, so there is a difference. I'm trying. I'm trying.
You're doing great. You're doing great. From somebody who cannot speak Mandarin.
For someone who cannot
Cantonese,
speak, let's
any of
just
those.
be honest.
But yes, this is a tonal language, and so those words are very, very closely related tonally and
not related any other. Not related.
Yeah, exactly.
By meaning. Yes.
Exactly.
Now,
so
if we stay on the same deadly route, which I don't want to, but I mean, hey.
we're all inclusive in this episode.
We're all inclusive. In religious beliefs, we can look at the Bible's book of Revelation, where the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse will wreak destruction on humanity.
Oh boy, I think they're here in 2026.
Oh boy. Still in the religious realm, but away from death. We're away from death now. There's the 4 noble truths in Buddhism, okay? Which is, bear with me, suffering, the origin of suffering, the cessation of suffering, and the path to the cessation of suffering. In other words, Sarah's face. In other words, recognize your issue or suffering, find the cause of it, being the suffering, visualize what would happen without that suffering, and then set a course to achieve that visualization.
Problem solving.
Problem solving. There you go.
Okay,
Therapy.
Okay. I would also like to point out with 4 being elemental, grounded, and deadly, back in, I believe, the Middle Ages, back when a lot of medicine was based on the 4 humors of the body.
Ah, yes.
And so, here, if one of them was out of balance, then, that's what was causing your illness and all that sort of stuff. So, it's cool seeing how 4 is represented throughout multiple belief systems.
Well, I mean, true. And then there was also the fact that, you'd be like, hey, my toe hurts, and then they'd chop it off because they're like, that's the only way.
Well, that's only if the leech didn't work first.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
All right. Let's go to number 5, which is love, freedom, and essence.
Oh, yeah. What's 2 plus 3?
5.
Male plus female.
Friends? Lovers? Babies?
And according to Pythagoreanism, marriage.
This makes total sense.
Yeah.
I say skeptically, but I know Yenny's about to explain it to me, so proceed.
The number 5 is associated with the Roman goddess Venus.
Is it because her name starts with a V, which is 5 in Roman numerals?
Oh, I thought you were going to say vagina.
I was not, but
we're 2 different people.
I think we just killed one of the 4 remaining brain cells. That's staying in.
You're so right, though. V is 5.
V is 5, so...
I'm right. I'm the color of my shirt.
Okay.
Number 5.
5. Venus. Thus, it's a number all about love. But
this number.
What else?
It also symbolizes the pentagram.
Love and Demons, which is a whole subgenre of romantasy books. Why not?
Right.
Let's just go with it.
Yes, but also the pentagram can be for good use. Let me explain. For example,
in
England, there's something called a lover's knot, which is in the form of a pentagram as well.
Still Love and Demons to me, but there's plenty of books about it, as I've already said.
Very true, very true.
Very romantic books. I'm not yucking anybody's yum. I'm just saying, all right, this is what we're given with the 5.
Yeah,
got it.
Another mystery revolving around the number 5 is found on our bodies. For example, we've got 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 hands, but 5 fingers and toes? What is this? And all the scientists and historians and people who care about bodies back in the day were like, why do we got 5, right? I don't know either. Continuing on with the mysterious vibes, many believe there to be a 5th element, and it's not the multipass.
For those of you who don't get it, just wait for our modern media section.
Yes.
Just wait.
The 5th element, or 5th essence, is known as quintessence. And ancient philosophers believed it was the other element that made up the human soul. Yeah, that's
Ooh,
right.
I am
I just still don't know about the 5 fingers, though. Nobody has figured that one out. I
Okay,
would
will
like
say-
to think it's to open things.
Thumbs.
We need them. So,
We need them. Well, let's continue with the unanswered questions.
Yeah.
6, family and perfection.
For some reason, this is a very short one. But in numerology, if there is any number that's tightly connected to family and friends, it'll be this one. It is known as the mother of all numbers. Bear with me. Mathematically,
All right, I'm bearing.
6 is known as the perfect number. Add or multiply 1, 2, and 3, and you get 6. And of course, there is no mere coincidence in Pythagoreanism and in anything mathematical.
So what about 4 and 5? Like, who cares?
Well,
like,
you know
what is-
what? It's not about them. They had their time. 6 needs something.
Hold on. The Pythagoreans were the ones who came up with 6, 8, 7, or whatever.
I mean, 7, 8, 9? 7, 8, 9? Is that what you're saying?
Is that what it is? Never mind. Oh, because it's why is 6 afraid of 7?
Yeah,
That's
because
what
7,
it
8,
is.
9.
Yeah, never mind.
Gosh. If you're going to bring out the dad jokes, we got to get better at this. Let's
What
keep
else
going.
about 6, Yenny?
Oh, yeah. So in Christianity, the book of Genesis states God created the world and all living creatures in 6 days. And I still haven't seen someone do better, so,
I love it. All right, let's go to 7, spiritual awakening and intuition. And I know for a fact 7 is a big number.
Oh.
So tell us, Yenny.
This was fun to talk about, or to research, let's say. This was fun to research. So 3 is spiritual, 4 is elemental. Add these, and we get the number 7, okay?
Oh.
In Pythagoreanism, mathematical patterns in music make the number 7 very importante, for there are 7 notes in the musical scale.
Sing with me, solfege people. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. And then you hit do, which is our octave.
Yeah. Don't know what that means, but Sarah
That's okay.
does. So 7 is also very important to us as there are 7 days in the week, unless you have your
Hello.
tinfoil hat on, and then there's like no days or time. Like, I don't know. Also, it takes 7 days for the moon to go through its primary phases. So as I was like doing all these number things, I'm like, either I really did not pay attention in school because everything I was like, oh my God, there is 7 days of the week. They're like, I'm like, there is 7 days for the primary phases. And then like when we were doing 4, I was like, there are 4 seasons. Oh, blow my mind, Culturally,
The light bulb is
it's
constantly
like
going off.
I'm telling you, 4 brain cells, okay?
4 brain cells.
Culturally, we know of the 7 years of bad luck for breaking a mirror, too.
Ooh, that's true. Learn more about that on episode 30, Mirrors, or episode 51, Superstitions from Around the World.
Yes.
But back to the number 7.
Yes, and we are going to do like a real quick jot down of things that come out in multiple religions because 7 is very important.
It's a big one.
Okay.
It's a big one.
Starting in ancient Egypt, there was a belief that there were 7 paths to heaven. So, I mean, I would try to go for like the shortest one. You know what I'm saying?
What is the shortest? I'm getting there.
Sir,
We're done with this.
I had 4 brain cells when I was alive. There's about 2 left right now. So just give me the fastest route, okay?
2 of them got mummified. The other 2 came into the afterlife with me.
There you go. In Christianity, the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 2 and 3 reads, "And on the 7th day, God ended his work which he had done, and he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had done." Now, there's also 7 deadly sins in that same book. Not the same book, but the Bible in general.
The Bible as a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the book of Genesis, but yes.
In Judaism, there are 7 candles on the menorah, symbolizing the days of creation. And in Hinduism, 7 represents spiritual awakenings and completeness of life. There's also 7 primary chakras, with the 7th crown chakra representing spiritual consciousness.
To add to the 7 discussion, there's also the star formation, which consists of 7 primary stars known as the Pleiades or the 7 Sisters, which we'll have to do an episode on them here soon.
Honestly, if I had 7 sisters, I don't even know, bro. I can't even deal with one. You couldn't even deal with any.
I couldn't deal with any.
You just had me. And sometimes you can't even deal with me.
And sometimes you and I are just like, and then it's like, oh, sorry, I love you. It's just my period.
Exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, 8, abundance and success.
Yes, time to get lucky and have a lot of money.
That's what I want.
Me too. To numerologists, this particular number is auspicious.
Why?
Ooh, pourquoi?
Why?
Because the square of any odd number minus 1 is always a multiple of 8. Don't believe me? Do the math, babes, but I ain't doing it here.
I don't want to.
But you could do it on your own, and then you let me know if Britannica lied while I was researching, okay? In Chinese culture, the number 8 is the most auspicious number as well, signifying wealth, prosperity, and success. In Cantonese, the number 8 is ba, which also sounds like ba, which means to prosper. Similarly, in Mandarin, it is fa. I could be saying it wrong. I am so sorry. But 8 isn't just about money, guys. It's also associated with paradise. Hello.
Love it.
The gift that keeps on giving is the number 8. In the Islamic tradition, there are 8 gates to paradise, or Jannah. We find something similar in Babylonian myth, where an 8th realm exists for the gods. So,
what is it with the gods in all these realms? I mean, we got the Babylonians, we got the Norse, we got all of it.
Oh my God, that Norse episode was crazy to me.
It was crazy.
So.
It was. All right, so 9.
Yes.
Death, rebirth, and happiness. Okay, that is a lot to cover for one number.
Honey, this number is messy.
You think?
Yeah.
Messy?
Because, to be quite frank, it's all over the place, just like you and I. So.
Oh, perfect.
Beginning with Greek mythology, the river Styx is said to have 9 twists, with the purpose of being a boundary of the dead and ensuring no spirit finds their way out, okay?
Oh.
Now, in ancient Egypt, the number 9 is found in cats.
This is sounding familiar.
Mm-hmm. As we know, cats were highly regarded and associated with the sun god Atum-Ra. In their creation myth, Atum-Ra took the form of a cat and gave birth to 8 other gods, which represented 9 lives in one.
Learn more about Egyptian gods in episode 32.
The cat's 9 lives would find its way to us, with some folktales mentioning how witches can turn into cats 8 times and their true wicked form on the 9th. So, I also would like to say that, like, I remember when I was 9, I was a beast. So maybe it's like when you turn 9. 9, 19, 39, you know what I mean? 29.
We'll report back on
39.
39.
We
got a while though.
We do. We got a long while. Cuz we're just in our 20s. So,
Right.
I don't know about anybody else listening to this podcast, but I'm a Gen Z. Oh, I can't even lie.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Girl, get on the millennial bus with me.
Yeah, we're there. There's like a flat tire, but it's still going. You know what I mean? So there's also the saying, I'm on cloud 9, which is usually associated with being really happy, relaxed, even euphoric. Well, I was like, where does that come from? Right?
I was about to say, where does this come from?
It's debated.
Of course.
But I'm going to say that this is the real reason. And it's because in 1896, there was something called the International Cloud Atlas. Okay? In this atlas, we learned that types of clouds are numbered 1 through 10, with the 9th being cumulonimbus, the biggest, fluffiest, and highest cloud in the sky.
all right, Bubbles. All
Yeah.
right.
And I was like, I want to be there. And so did everybody else.
I do.
So,
That sounds fun.
yeah.
The day that I learned that you can't actually like sit or hold a cloud, like it's just water vapor and you go straight through it was, I think that was the day I lost my innocence.
What do you mean? So what did you think was going to happen when you would go through a cloud on the plane?
I thought like the
crash
plane. No, I didn't think you'd crash, but I thought like the cloud was light enough, kind of like cotton candy, where like you could just like pull it apart or something, or like, it would just bounce off of you because it's a soft. I know. And then, when I learned that it's just water vapor, I was like, I am no longer a child.
Yeah, they had a lot of cartoons with like them bouncing on clouds and eating clouds. So
it's adorable. It's adorable.
It's like Santa. It's like Santa.
Don't you talk about Santa. Don't you talk about Santa.
They killed it first.
Don't you shut up. Let's go to modern media.
Okay.
You shut your mouth. All right, now we can't start our modern media section without bringing up Count Von Count, our resident mathematical professor who doubles as a vampire on Sesame Street. Ever since 1972, he's been teaching children to count.
Including us.
Right? Do you remember his greeting? Greetings, I am the Count. They call me the Count because I love to count things. 1, 2, 3.
Very
I love
good.
him.
Very good.
I love him so much.
Yes, and there is also someone else that was such a pivotal person in a millennial's life. In fact, he was number 1. Do you know who I'm talking about? If you're thinking of Smitty Werbenjager Minjensen, you're absolutely correct, and you are a millennial.
You are a millennial.
In season 3 of SpongeBob SquarePants, we learn about the former owner of a legendary soda drinking hat. And he is still number 1 in my eyes.
He is.
Yeah.
Still number 1 in our hearts.
Yeah.
The Fifth Element, we told you that we were going to mention this one, starring Bruce Willis, Mila Jovovich, Gary Oldman, Ian Holm, and Chris Tucker. Set in the 23rd century, Earth's survival is in the hands of a taxi driver and a humanoid woman who must find the 4 sacred stones to unlock the Fifth Element and save the planet from great evil.
And all she says is like, multipass. Yes. Nana korobi ya oki. Fall down 7 times, stand up 8. It's an ancient Japanese proverb teaching us the importance of resilience using numbers. No matter how many times we fail, we must always try again.
There we go. And honorable mention, 3rd time's the charm.
Oh, yeah.
So, there are so many different kinds of meanings to numbers that I'm sure while you tried, Yenny, there's no way you could cover all of them.
Honestly, just the limit does not exist.
Save that for October 3rd, girl. Come on.
We are so happy to be back and ready to give you
we really are.
Awesome mythological lovin' every Tuesday, bi-weekly.
Tuesday.
Yes.
And remember, if you've ever had an encounter with mythical creatures or anything paranormal, we'd love to hear your story and have you share it with the rest of our listeners. Email us about your encounter at storysirens@gmail.com and be one of the first on our new series, Siren Encounters. Yenny, maybe I should talk about the fact that my voice was stolen by a sea witch.
Perhaps. I'd love to hear more. And as for your siren call, tell us what your lucky number is and why in the comments below. I like to think 13 is my lucky number, but that's just a basic bitch number. I mean, I'm honest. I am basic. So
we love it. We love it. Basic things are popular for a reason.
There you go.
So thanks for coming back to us, our dear listeners and friends. We're glad to be back, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Story Sirens. You can follow us on Instagram at Story Sirens Podcast. Want to support us? Send us a cup of Ko-fi by searching ko-fi.com/storysirens. We've got lots of treats for those who become siren seekers. All research materials can be found in the episode summary. Music by Donald Guzzi and artwork by Alexis Torres. Story Sirens is a Feather and Fin production. See you soon.